started. So, very good morning to one and all. I'm going to share my screen so that you are able to see my presentation. So, students, is my presentation is visible?
Yes, sir.
Everyone? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks for the response. So this is what the subject code and name we are going to study throughout this semester. The subject code is UDIT010 and the subject name is Ethical Hacking and Cyber Security. So today's class we are going to discuss about the topic under unit number 1, that is cyber crimes. This is what we are going to discuss today. So before getting into that, the agenda for today's session, that is attendance at the start and end, then introduction about myself, etiquettes to be followed, learning objectives and outcome, then recap of our previous class, the next one, introduction about the topic, then explanation about the topic, then summarization, and at last Q&A, feedback if any. This is what the session planned. So as per our session plan, I'm going to take the attendance right now. So students, please unmute your audio, that is mic, so that you are able to mark your presence. So answer attendance, students. Adarsh,
Yes, sir.
Akash, Jayasuriya, Mageshwaran, Azad,
Present, sir.
Shoaib,
Present, sir.
Aravind,
Present, sir.
Saran, Saranraj,
Present, sir.
Ranjit Kumar from mining,
Sir.
Pavendan,
Present, sir.
Antonio,
Present, sir.
Vishnu,
Present, sir.
Ardra,
Present, sir.
Noel,
Present, sir.
Hari.
Sir, not working mic, sir. Hurry.
Okay. But Nitish Balaji, Raghavendra,
Present, sir.
Sri Veeramani, Shubham, Yogeshwaran.
Sir. Shubham.
Yeah, okay.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yogeshwaran,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shivaguru, Aniruddha,
Present, sir.
Krishna Kumar, Omkar,
Present, sir.
Ranjit, Petroleum, Danuj,
Present, sir.
Yedudev,
Present, sir.
Asin,
Yes, sir.
Kamalesh,
Yes, sir.
Milan Mahato,
Present, sir.
Suraj,
Yes, sir.
Pradeep,
Yes, sir.
Shobit,
Yes, sir.
Vijay.
Sir, he is present. He is having mic issues.
Okay, fine. I noted. Yeah. Then getting back to our presentation. So we discussed more times about the second, third, and fourth. That is introduction about myself, the etiquettes to be followed, learning objectives and outcome. So we discussed so many times. So I'm going to skip that slides, and straight away I'm coming to the last class recap. So have you know that what is the topic we discussed under last class, students? Any recap or just a topic name?
So cyber threats?
Yeah, exactly. Cyber threats. That's what a topic we discussed. So, what are the basic threats? Not exactly all the threats. Basically, what are the threats available? That is what we discussed in the last class. So, what are the various organizations available to make to file a complaints? So, and those are all the things we discussed. Then we seen some of the videos regarding that cyber crimes. I mean, cyber threats, cyber security, and then differences between that worms, Trojan, those things we discussed with the help of the video, and then most probably the botnet. So that botnet is mainly used for that DDoS, that is distributed denial of service. Phishing and DDoS are the main thing used by the hacker. They most probably use Trojan horse with this DDoS, and then that for phishing attack. That is what we discussed in the last class. So this class we are going to discuss the next topic, that is cyber crime. It is a very small topic only. Then at last cyber terrorism, and then we are going to see some of the last. So this is what the unit number 1. So today we are going to see about the topic called cyber crimes. That is what we are going to discuss. So before getting into the topic, am I audible to everyone, students?
Yes,
I
sir.
want to confirm once again.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, okay. Thanks for your response. So we are straight away getting down into our topic. So this is what the topic today: cyber crime and security. So what is the what are the various crimes available under cyber environment, and how we are going to protect ourselves from that crimes or from those crimes? That is what we are going to discuss today. Um, so normally, if anyone asks what are the crimes available, means we can list it out easily in the physical environment. But the same thing was not possible to list out the crimes, whatever going on under cyber environment is not a very easy task. So we are going to see some of the crimes whatever available right now. That is what. So this is what the session thinks: introduction, history, categories, and then types. Then what are the threatenings available for national security? Then how we are going to protect them. That is what the rest of the things. So this is what the introduction. So what is meant by cyber crime first? That is what the first slide, introduction. So it is an activity done using computers and internet. Though it is unlawful, with the help of the small tool, we can target the computer, not only the computer, maybe computer category falls on desktop, laptop, tabs, and also the smartphones. So that is what the cyber crime. So with the help of the cyber environment, we can easily attack any person. That person may be a known or a stranger, that is unknown person. Anyhow, we are going to attack that person and do some malfunctions. That malfunctions may be in the form of money, the form of bullying, the form of harassing, anything maybe. So that is what the cyber crime. Next one. So history of cyber crime. So where it is actually recorded, not originated, because crimes are in everywhere. In the physical environment, crimes are in everywhere. Likewise, in cyber environment also, the crimes are in everywhere. But the first crime recorded in 1820. So that crime happens in China. China only get praised for the first cyber crime in 1820, because on those period only the evolution of internet arises. Before that, there is no point of talking this computer networks and then networks of networks, that is internet. So at that point only it came into the picture. In the meanwhile, cyber crimes also came into the picture, because technology has two sides, equal sides. One is the positive side and another one is the negative side. Though each and every technology has its own unique advantage, there are some notable demerits or flaws also. But we are only focusing on the positive side, not on the negative shades. That is what. But most of the time, people are focusing only on to the negative shades, not on the positive shades. Though we are using the internet, there are some unwanted things also going on with the help of this internet. That is what the dark underworld, this cyber crimes, threats, terrorism, security attack. Then in India, Japan, and China, the modern computer evolution happens. That begins with the normal thing, that is analytical engine created by Charles Babbage. So Charles Babbage is the father of the computer. Then the first spam email happens in 1976 when it was sent out over by ARPANET. So that's a typo. So before the arrival of this internet, we used the concept called ARPANET. In each and every government organization, we had ARPANET before the arrival of this internet. So in the ARPANET, 1976, the spam email took place. That is what the history of the cyber crime in India. Then the next one in 1982, that is the virus, first virus installed on Apple computer. When a high school student, Rich Skrenta, developed the EI cloner. So, like the vaccination in physical environment, we have the vaccination concept. So, what is the meaning of that vaccination concept? Can anyone knows, students? What is the meaning of putting vaccination? Students, are you able to get my question?
Sir,
Am I
it
audible?
prevents the attack of disease.
Yeah. To prevent the attack of disease, we are checking the capability of our body. That is what the vaccination part. Likewise, every machine, we want to check it out whether the particular machine having the capability or not. So for checking process, each and every hacker going to produce a virus That is, in other words, in dark world, we call that as a tokens. So tokens are created now and then by the hacker or activist to check uh, before sending to any one of the stranger. Hacker check it first with the machine of the hacker. So that is what the first virus created by a school student in 1982. So nowadays, most of the students, even school students also, creating tokens and spreading it over any applications or through a software. That is a malware. That is what the history of the cyber crime. So this corona disease also, there is a rumor going on that China has its own testing this virus. So mistakenly or accidentally, it spreads throughout the world. Like that, the rumor going on. I'm not sure with that. The same thing only. The scientist or the hacker going to produce the tokens. Scientists produce the different set of viruses, bacteria. Activist or hacker produce different set of tokens because in the cyber environment, each and every day there is a updation. So the activists also make the updation to intrude another machine. So now and then, very oftenly, the hacker also creating the tokens and checking the tokens. That is what the thing history of cyber crime. Then next, categories of cyber crime. So there are two categories available. The first one is computer as a target. Then second one, computer as a weapon. In the sense, what is meant by the two categories means, first one, computer as a target. Means with the help of the computer, we are going to attack another computer. That is what the hacking, then virus attacks, DDoS attacks. Then second one, computer, using the computer as a weapon to produce or to perform some crimes to the real world, that is physical environment. So those things are cyber terrorism, credit card fraud, then pornography. So these are the some of the cyber crimes listed. Next topic is cyber terrorism. We are going to discuss that. So we are going to discuss elaborately in that next topic. Then credit card fraud. So most of the not only credit card, debit card also. Because nowadays we are frequently getting the call that we are the banking personals. We are going to modify your account or we are going to update your account. So you can tell your number and then OTP, whatever you receive, like that. So many spam calls and getting. That is what that is also come with the help of this second category, the computer as a weapon. There are separate call centers also running for this. Maybe last week I heard a news and read out the news in the social space that each of the employer, employee in the sense maybe a government employee or a private sector employee, those who are getting the salary in the bank directly to the bank account nowadays are prey to this hacker. So last week I studied the news also. One of the teacher, I'm not sure with the location. I guess she belongs to Madurai in Tamil Nadu. So he got a call from the bank regarding the updation of the account. So he tell all the details to the banking personnels, and after a point of time, she insisted to tell her OTP, whatever she received in her mobile. So after telling that OTP to that banking personnel, within a fraction of the minute, around 70,000 rupees gets vanished from her account. So this is the fraud nowadays. Very recently going on. The banking personals like banking personals spoofing. They are calling to the each and every person, and then they are making a fraud with the help of the OTP. OTP comes into the picture to provide the security, but revealing that OTP to the unknown person makes you in a trouble. That is what. Then the next one, types of cyber crimes. So the previous one, categories. The next one, what are the types? So the first one, there are so many types. I will list one by one: hacking, DDoS, phishing, like that. So I will list one by one. So the first type, hacking. Uh, Hacking means we are making some intrusion, illegal intrusion to the another computer. That is, we are peeping to the another computer or masquerading to the another person computer unknowingly. Sorry, knowingly, but unknown to that person. So your intention is to capture all the details. Some cases, the third party, that is TPA, also going to monitor your desktop from the sitting place of the home. That is what also comes under hacking. So illegal intrusion to the computer. So in other words, it can be also called as cracking. So the ultimate aim of this hacker or hacktivist is to block or to intrude illegally to the government websites. Most of the government gets sprayed. In India also, so many websites gets attacked. That is, Indian government website itself gets attacked by Pakistan. Then CBA website, sorry, CBI websites gets attacked. There are so many things went on previously. Most probably that Pakistan and China going to do all these malfunctions over the world, because they contains more peoples, that's terrorism peoples. So those people's primary job is doing that is hacking the government websites or important websites. uh, might be some cases it's for a fun, some cases it's ransomware, that is making a bargaining to release the amount or to release some personals, terrorism personals. That is what the hacking comes. So last week I also studied one thing, but it is not actually revealed anywhere in the social space and newspaper. Our prime minister, that is Modi ji, Twitter account gets hacked by the hacker. Have you heard anything about this news? Anyone pa? Last week. Up to this, not at released, I heard. So, have anyone heard the same news?
Yes, sir. Heard, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So last week, Twitter account gets hacked. So the intention of that particular activities or hacker is to attack or make a dishonesty to the famous or known personalities. That is what the ultimate aim. So in turn, they are going to provide the dishonesty to the image of that particular personality. Then motive behind crime, the called hackers, that is to greed the power, publicity, revenge, some cases, then adventure desire to access forbidden information, then destructive mindset. Most of the time, the mindset of the human is, if anyone insisting you again and again not to do some things, means we always have a curiosity that why we are restricting or getting restriction Why can't we do that? So that's a normal human mindset. So we always have a curiosity to access the forbidden things. The hacking comes into the picture. So why can't we access the government websites? Why there are some things are hidden from the normal view? So that curiosity develops a person, a normal person, into a activities. That is what the first crime. The second one, child pornography. This is the main issues right now uh, going on all around the world. That is what. Then how they are operating means they are operate. I mean, with the help of the false identity. The sense in the starting of our session, I mean class itself, I told that we can also able to change our IP address. There are so many softwares available. IP address is the main thing. That is, it's the name of our machine computer. But we can also having some software to change the IP address of our machine. Like just like in the physical environment, if we are not liking our name, then we can able to change our name. It is very easy only. Maybe some we can have a some we want to spend some amount of money to change our name in the government legislation. So it is possible only. The same thing, we can also change our computer name, that is IP address. There are so many softwares platforms available. So with the help of that, we I mean the particular persons, hackers, uh, going to change their identity and connect to the various part of the world for uploading this type of abusive contents. That is what the second thing. Then the third thing is DDoS, that is denial of service. It means there are so many emails flooded into your email box. That is maybe inbox or spam mail. So, what is the main purpose of this particular mails? Means if you click over that mail, maybe it some mails it contains links. Some mails, if you opened itself, it will spread over the virus through your, I mean, to your entire machine. So it depends because we don't know the intention of the hacker or activist. So known mail only you are supposed to intended to open. So unknown mails, unknown person mails, you cannot, you don't open. That is what the security you are going to give to protect your own data. So that is what the denial of service, because one file actually it's located, but if you open means that particular file link only we are having, the entire copy can be taken over the hacker. That is what example, if you are having the pen drive with some of the data, some cases if your pen drive attacked by virus means, then you can see only the link, that is arrow mark link only to the particular file. If you uh, attending or intending to open that file means it doesn't open. That is what this denial of service. Then the next thing is virus dissemination. So virus dissemination, spreading over the virus throughout the world with the help of the malware, that is malicious software. So most probably it in the form of virus, worms, Trojan horse, email bombing, webjacking. Then the last, I mean, next one is vandalism, computer vandalism. It means uh, data destruction. That is what. So data destruction rather than stealing the data. So some cases you can steal the data of another personality. Some cases you can destroy the data of some personality. So both have a difference. So destroying the data, it means completely you are eradicating the data from that particular machine or from the person machine. Stealing means that particular person also has the copy. Some cases you can take out the copy, but you have the copy of the particular data. But destruction means both the person, that is an activist, and the preyed person don't have the copies of that data. So most of the time it happens through the revenge. So for the revenge point of view only, that this vandalism happens. So destruction of the data is different. Stealing of the data is different. That is what the next step of cyber crimes. And then cyber terrorism and then software piracy. So cyber terrorism, that is the next topic we are going to discuss. That is the terrorist attacks on the internet. So terrorism means we already know that. So terrorism happens under cyber environment. So terrorists going to make an attack throughout this cyber environment. That is what the cyber terrorism. Then the next one is software piracy. That is duplicating the original software. That is illegal copying. So that every person can use the software, but the thing is there is a loss of money, loss of time also to the developed person. That is what the thing happens under software piracy. This piracy also nowadays booming a lot under the cyber environment. We cannot prevent this piracy on audio, video, then software, gamings. So everywhere this piracy throughout happens or branches throughout the cyber environment. So types of cyber crimes gets over. So I will stop here. Students, are you having any queries, any doubts, or shall I move to the next one? Students, having any queries or doubts? Shall I move to next one?
No, sir, no doubts.
Yeah.
Sir.
Okay.
No doubt, sir.
Thanks. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for your response. So next one, how the cyber crimes, that is cyber environment, going to threatening our national security. So security in the sense, in the older days, we are going to recruit some personals, that is as a military force. So those particular persons going to the border, and they are keep on monitoring the borders very oftenly. That is now and then they are monitoring the borders. If any attack happens, then the particular military forces, the armed forces, they are going to protect. But this cyber crimes is the entirely different thing. We don't have any borders. We don't have the people to monitor. The thing is, we can recruit the ethical hacker. That particular hacker going to let's keep on monitoring the things. But it is not the entire surety that we cannot prevent all the attacks. Just like in our border attacking, some cases we can we are having some loopholes. With the loopholes only, the other country personals, okay, I mean, come into India, and they are giving some attacks. So the security not only monitoring the borders, also under cyber environment nowadays. So our minister Shivraj Patil previously uh, told that the increasing level of this cyber crime becomes a threat to the national security also. So in previous older days, we have the Orkut, that is a one form of the Facebook, and then nowadays we are having Facebook, Twitter, and then Instagrams. There are so many things like that, and that so many things also attract the negative things also. Previously, I told that usually we attract only to the negative shades instead of that positive shades. If anything happens as a negative means, we have more curiosity to know that. But if anything positively going on means, we don't have any look over that. Example, the best example is television serials. If it is very smoothly going on means, no one gets what the serials. Speaking about all the serials, not only that Tamil serials, maybe all the television serials. So if everything goes on smooth means, no one, that is we don't watch that serials at all. If anything happens negatively, if anyone prevents anyone or anyone gets attacked, then we can have a much curiosity, much eager to watch the serials. That is the negative shades. So in the social space also, there is maybe a true form of the fan page or a negative form of fan page. Anyhow, we are having a separate fan base for the underground peoples. That is the example that Dawood Ibrahim, Chotagil. There are so many persons. So that particular persons also, maybe if it is a true, that particular persons attract so many fan bases, and from that fan base they are providing some malwares. So just like sleep persons, okay ma? So this is a very major thing. They are very threatening to our national security also. So the ultimate aim is to give the disrespect, dishonest, and some cases for the money also. That is what the thing. Next one, cyber security. So till now we discussed what are the cyber crimes available under the cyber environment. So next point, we want to protect ourselves from the crime whatever happening in the cyber environment. That is what the cyber security concept arises. So previously we discussed the cyber security. So we want to secure anyhow ourselves and our data. That is what the thing. So privacy policy. Privacy policy in the sense, before filling out any forms, you want to check it out, the policies available in the website. For example, there are so many websites available to check your credit card, to check your credit scores. There are so many websites available. So those websites ask your name, email, mobile number, address. So after collecting those things, they frequently send the mails. For example, if you are installing any type of software, students, I am hearing some distortion in audio. Please mute yourself. Still, I am hearing the audio. Students, are you having any doubts?
No, sir.
Yeah, okay. Hearing some audio. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay. Uh, so that is what. If you are installing any software, then some cases that software ask your name, company, then your email, then your mobile number, address. Then if you are entering all those details and pressing the submit button, the details get stored in the server of that software, and after a point of time you will receive the mails from that software. So if it is a normal thing means, you don't want to worry about that. But most of the time, it will be a malware. So make sure that before submitting everything, you want to read out the policies, privacy policies. Maybe at the disclaimer portion, they put that we are not responsible for the further causes. Like that, they have the disclaimer. So you want to read it out before filling all those things. Then next one, keeping the software up to date, because not only the antivirus frequently updates its virus definition, all the softwares also, because nowadays most of the applications, most of the software is a is attachment, is gets attachment with that malware or gets attacked with the malware. So for that, they are frequently updating the security policies and the security architecture. So what is the thing you are going to do means, maybe if you are using tablets, smartphone, laptop, desktop, whatever it may be, keep your software and application, mobile applications as well up to date, and install the software from the known resources or known sources only, not from the unknown sources. That is what the thing. And using good password. Good password means securable password. It may be a lengthy one, combinations of mixed letters, alphabet. That is mixed alphanumeric special characters. That is what the good password. Because if you are a novice person, we are having the username and password very common and very understandable to other person also, in the sense if you are a very starting person, there is novice person to use this internet means, with our name, after that, that is 123, you can touch with our name, or 123 our name, like that we are having our passwords. If you are a novice person means, but right now you are not a playable person. But some cases, because nowadays school students also using the internets, maybe from fifth standard, sixth standard also, they are using the internet. If they are opening the Facebook, if you are opening the any account in the online, then they are having the password like this only. So before having the password, we want to make secure our password also. That is what. Then disable remote connectivity. That is what I told in the earlier sessions. Before, I mean, you are, if you are in traveling or before traveling, you want to switch off all your connectivity. Connectivity means maybe GPS, Bluetooth. Nowadays, because nowadays we are using the Bluetooth headset to hear the songs, to speak throughout the travel, like that. But while if you are in traveling, you want to switch off all those Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, those things at all, because with the help of that you can easily get tracked by the other person. That is what. Then last one, advantages. So what is the advantages means, you can, main thing is you want to protect and your data, not only yourself, because you are not available to that particular personality. So you are going to protect you and your data. It is what the ultimate aim. So your product data also get protected with the help of this cyber security. That is previous whatever the topics we discussed previously. If you are done all those things, means you are most securable. That is what the thing. Then safety tips: use antivirus software, proper antivirus software, because nowadays AV softwares itself acting as a malware. Then firewalls. The firewalls are inbuiltly we are having in our desktop or laptop. So just you want to things. Then uninstall unnecessary software. Then maintain backup. Then checking security things. So I will conclude with the last point: uninstall unnecessary software. It means in our mobile, we are flooded with so many applications. In laptop also, in laptop or desktop also, we flood with so many softwares. In mobile, we flood with so many applications. Maybe we shall use that, or we don't use that applications, or don't use that softwares oftenly. So what is the thing means, if I asked you how many applications you are having in your mobile, can anyone answer? How many applications you are having in your mobile right now? I am posting the question, means are you able to answer, pa?
92, sir.
Exactly. Huh?
Sir, 20 plus, sir.
No, I'm not asking the plus things at all. Exactly, I am asking. So no one, including myself also, not answerable only, because we don't know the entire, exact installed application or exact installed softwares in our PC. Why it is? Because means whenever we are surfing through the social space, we get installed the applications. Maybe in see the lucrative photo taker or photo filters, anything maybe. So we install those applications. Why I'm asking this, why I'm going to tell this means, the main aim of the hacker is to hack your frequently used application. So in your mobile, it is not rarely used applications get preyed to the cracker, hacker. In your laptop or desktop, very rarely used softwares. So we doesn't know about that application because we are not using very frequently. So the hacker attacks or hacks that application and install all the contents for the monitoring purpose. So after maybe this class, you can check your mobile. If you're having unwanted applications or rarely used applications, you can eradicate the application from your mobile and your laptop as well. Because some cases the hacker intrude with the help of the application, and they are going to peep you with the help of their application or software. So this is what I want to share. Then this is the last part. So I'm going to conclude this. So we don't have the time for summary. So okay, tomorrow I will recap all those things. Then the next one, as per our agenda, I'm going to take the attendance. Going to stop the recording also.